Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my boyfriend? For ignoring my medical emergency and not visiting me in the hospital? I 25F have been dating my boyfriend 27M for 2 years. He has been my first ever boyfriend because not a lot of guys seem interested in me. Overall, our relationship has been good, but something happened recently that made me question everything. About 2 months ago, I started feeling severe abdominal pain while we were at his apartment. The pain became so intense that I could hardly move or speak. I told my boyfriend that I needed to go to the hospital because something felt very wrong. He dismissed my concerns, saying I was overreacting and that it was probably just something I ate. Despite my pleas, he refused to take me to the hospital or even call an ambulance. Instead, he suggested I lie down and wait it out. The pain kept getting worse, and I was scared, throwing up and crying. After an hour of begging him to help me, I finally managed to call a friend, who immediately came over and took me to the emergency room. It turns out I had pancreatitis, which required immediate medical attention. The doctors said it could have been life-threatening if I had waited any longer. My friend stayed with me the entire time, but my boyfriend didn't even check in to see how I was doing until the next day. He sent a brief text saying he hoped I was feeling better. I was in the hospital for 3 weeks. He didn't even bother to come see me. When I confronted him about his lack of support and concern, he got defensive and said I was being dramatic and that he didn't think it was that serious. He accused me of making him look bad in front of my friends for something that wasn't a big deal. I decided to break up with him because I can't be with someone who doesn't take my health seriously or support me in an emergency. Now, after we've been apart for a few weeks, some of our mutual friends are saying I overreacted and that he just made a mistake. They think I should give him another chance, that he was busy and it wasn't as big of a deal as I made it out to be. So, am I the a-hole?
Here are the top comments.
Well, we know how he will act if his future significant other gets cancer. He will walk as soon as he hears the words. Not the a-hole.
Not the a-hole. Yeah, no 3 weeks in hospital for nothing serious, said no one ever. I bet if he has the sniffles, he's dying. Better being single than looking after a piece of crap.
Not the a-hole. People die from pancreatitis. And frankly, your ex sounds like an idiot. Don't give him another chance.
Not the a-hole. Tell your friends to shut up until they've been hospitalized for 3 weeks without seeing their significant other. He showed you his true self. You did the right thing.
My partner had pancreatitis and I drove her to the hospital immediately and spent the next week working remotely from her hospital room. And I'm at the bottom of the scale for compassionate relationship effort. Find someone better.
Not the a-hole. I hope you broke up with him already. My ex didn't believe me either and wouldn't take me to a hospital despite having a fever for 3 days and barely eating. Turns out I got a mosquito-borne illness that made my platelet drop to 20. An emergency. Being dismissive of your pain or illness is a huge red flag.